Alrighty, folks, we're 4-1 in our last 5 chairman plays on my premium page. And if you want to see which one of these free picks on this video here today that I actually like the best, I've got another chairman play going off here today for Wednesday. That play's already posted and ready for access in the post section. Of course, if you become a chairman member here today, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships during that time frame absolutely free. Going to be included with your membership. Of course, if you want to access all of my premium selections, I'll tell you how to do that in just a moment. But before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to my free pick video here today for Wednesday, June 18th, 2025. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy hump day to you. Weekend's right around the corner. We are halfway there. And if you're joining me for the first time here today, my name is Brock Page. I've been dishing out free sports picks on YouTube since 2016. And once again, folks, if you want to access all of my premium selections, you may want to think about signing up for my full access, all-inclusive Gold Club membership. Gold Club members get access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. Of course, if you don't need access to all of my premium plays, but maybe you could use like one a day, my daily best play is going to run you just 6 cents a day for 30 days worth of access. I currently have over 2,600 members who are signed up and active on my premium page as of right now. And with that, folks, we're going to dive right into some free content. Going to start off with that Red Sox-Mariners game, 4:10 Eastern first pitch. Boston's minus $1.25, total 6.5. Garrett Crochet for the Bo Sox, Luis Castillo for Seattle. Castillo's just 4-4 on the year. Mariners are having a tough time keeping runners off the base paths. Seattle's in the bottom 10 in hits allowed per contest, and they're facing a Boston team on the other side who actually has a top 5 hit-producing lineup. And those good at-bats, well, they've certainly helped starting pitcher Garrett Crochet accumulate 6 wins thus far on the season. He's got a winning record coming into Wednesday's start. Now, 3 out of the Red Sox' last 4 road games did get over the total. Seattle contest went 60% to the over in their last 10. Give me Boston minus $1.25, over 6.5. Phillies Marlins 640 East. Philadelphia's the $2 favorite. Totals 8. Ranger Suarez for the Titans. Adam Mazur making his season debut for Miami. And Mazur better be good because these Marlins hitters typically struggle at the dish. They are a bottom 10 run scoring team, and they're going to take on a 5-1 Ranger Suarez, ERA of 2.32, WHIP of 1.07. Of course, as a staff, these Phillies pitchers are averaging nearly double-digit strikeouts a game. Now, Phillies contests have gone 7-3 to the under in their last 10. Miami with unders in 6 out of their last 10 themselves. I like the Phillies minus 1.5, under 8. Pirates Tigers 640 East. Detroit's minus 295, total 7.5. Tarek Skubal for the Tigers. Andrew Heaney for Pittsburgh. Heaney's just 3-5 on the year, really not getting a ton of run support. The Pirates have a bottom 3 run scoring lineup on the road. And out of 36 total contests away from Pittsburgh this year, the Bucs have posted a record of just 10-26. And they're taking on a Detroit squad who's definitely been tough to beat at Comerica Park. They're 25-11 on their own field, allowing just 3.4 runs a game there. And starting pitcher Tarek Skubal, well, he's been a big contributor to that. 7-2 record, ERA of 1.99. Scoobs has punched out 111 batters and currently has a .81 whip. Now, total-wise, 4 out of the Pirates' last 5 road games did stay under the number. 8-2 to the under in their last 10 at any location. I like the Tigers minus 1.5, under 7.5 runs. Rockies Nationals 645 East. Washington's $1.60. Totals 9. Mitchell Parker for the Nats. Herman Marquez for Colorado. Now Marquez is just 2-8 on the year. ERA of 6.62. And these Rockies pitchers have been pretty brutal this season. They're giving up more runs a game than any other staff. They're actually allowing nearly 11 hits per contest. And they're facing a Washington lineup who has actually done a nice job making contact with the baseball. They really don't strike out a whole bunch. The Nats are in the top 5 in fewest strikeouts per 9 at the plate. James Wood, he's hit 18 home runs, 51 RBI. CJ Abrams with 14 stolen bases, on-base percentage of .346. Now, total-wise, 4 out of the Rockies' last 5 on the road did get over the number, 8-2 to the over in their last 10 at any location. I like the Nationals minus 160, over 9. Angels, Yankees, 705 East. New York's minus 220, totals 9. Ryan Yarbrough for the Yankees. Jack Kokonowitz for Los Angeles. Now, Kochi's just 3-8 on the year. ERA of 5.53. And these Angel pitchers have definitely had control issues. They're walking more batters per contest than any other team. Bottom 3 in hits allowed on the road. And unfortunately for them, they're facing a top 3 run-scoring team in the Bronx. Aaron Judge has 26 homers, 60 runs batted in. Judge with an OPS of 1209. Judge currently leads the league in batting average and OPS. And Anthony Volpe, he's got 39 ribbies on the year, on-base percentage in the 300s. I like the Yankees minus 1.5, over 9. Diamondbacks, Blue Jays, 707 East. Arizona's $1.20, totals 9. Eduardo Rodriguez for Arizona. Eric Lauer for Toronto. Now, Lauer's recorded only 1 loss this season, ERA of 2.37. The lefty also has a whip of just .92. But even if Lauer blows chunks here today, he is backed by a Jays lineup who definitely scores a bunch at home. Toronto's a top 5 run-scoring team in their own building. They're actually striking out fewer times a game than any other team. Alejandro Kirk hits .310 at the dish. Bo Bichette leads the clubhouse in ribbies. And they're facing a 2-3 Eduardo Rodriguez, ERA of 6.27, whip of 1.59. Not a great start to the year for Ed-Rod. I like Toronto plus $1. Twins, Reds, 710 East. Minnesota's $1.20, totals 9. Bailey Ober for the Twins. Nick Lodolo for Cincinnati. Now, Lodolo's got himself an ERA in the 3s, whip of 1.13. And these Reds pitchers have definitely been tough to hit against at the Great American Ballpark. They're in the top 5 in fewest hits allowed on their own diamond. And they're facing a Twins lineup who struggles a bit at the plate. They really don't walk a whole lot, and they're actually a bottom 10 run-scoring team on the road. I like the Reds plus $1, under 9. Mets, Braves, 715 East. Atlanta's $1.80, totals 9. Chris Sale for the Braves. Paul Blackburn for New York. And this Yankee pitching staff has done a real nice job this year. They're actually in the top 3 in fewest runs allowed per game. And out of their last 10 meetings with the Braves, New York's held these Atlanta Sluggers to just 7.6 hits a game. They're facing a Braves team who struggles a bit against the run line. They've got a losing record against the number this year, covering in just 42% of their contests at Truist Park. At the plate, these Braves hitters really haven't been overly selective. Atlanta's in the bottom 5 in strikeouts per game at home. They're actually walking only 2.9 times a game in their own stadium. Now, total-wise, 6 out of these teams' last 10 head-to-head gatherings did stay under the number. So if you're into historical trends, plenty of unders to go around. Of course, the Braves have also seen 66% of their home games this year stay under the total themselves. I like the Mets plus 1.5, under 9. Orioles, Rays, 7:35 East. Tampa Bay is minus a $1.30. Totals 9.5. Taj Bradley for the Rays. Trevor Rogers for Baltimore. And even though Rogers looked good in his last outing, the O's have definitely struggled a bit on the road this year. Just 15 and 22 when they hit first. Bottom 10 in runs per game. And out of their last 10 contests against Rays pitching, Baltimore's been held to under 3.6 runs a game. And speaking of this Rays pitching staff, well, they've been pretty tough to face at Steinbrenner Field. They're actually walking fewer batters per game at home than any other team. And no real surprise, the Rays are now in the top 5 in fewest runs allowed per game. Starting pitcher Taj Bradley's punched out 71 batters and currently has a 1.28 whip. Now, 3 out of the Rays' last 4 home games did stay under the total. Baltimore games went 60% to the under in their last 10. I like the Rays minus 130, under 9.5. Cardinals, White Sox, 7:40 Eastern start. St. Louis is $1.90, totals 8. Sonny Gray for the Cards, Sean Burke for Chicago. As bad as the White Sox have been here recently, well, actually not recently, for the entire year, Chicago has actually done a nice job against the run line. They covered the number in 6 out of their last 10 ball games. They do have a winning record against the run line in all of their contests this year. As a matter of fact, Chicago's covered in 60% of their games at Rate Field, and they're facing a Cardinal team who actually has a losing record on the road. They really have not thrown well in their travels. The Cards are in the bottom 10 in hits allowed on the road, second to last in strikeouts per game on the Hill. When it comes to the total, 3 out of the Sox last 4 home games did get over the number, 63% to the over in all of their contests on the South Side. I like the White Sox plus 1.5, over 8. Royals, Rangers, 8:05 East. Kansas City's $1.20, totals 8. Chris Bubich for the Royals, Patrick Corbin for Texas. And both pitchers with some good stuff going on. Corbin's got an ERA in the 3s. Bubich with 82 strikeouts and a 1.07 whip. Of course, these Kansas City pitchers are allowing just 3.6 runs a game. Meanwhile, the Rangers on the other side, well, they're limiting opposing sluggers to just 6.7 hits a game at Globe Life Field. 3 out of the Rangers' last 4 home games did fall under the total. 7-3 to the under in their last 10 at any location. Give the under 8.5. Brewers, Cubs, 8:05 East. The Cubs are minus 145, total 7.5. Jameson Taillon for Chicago. Jacob Mizorowski for Milwaukee. Now, Mizorowski has just a handful of innings under his belt this year. Milwaukee's had a tough time getting the W on the road. The Brewers are just 16 and 20 in their travels. Pitching staffs definitely had some control issues. They're walking a handful of batters per game on the road, bottom 10 in strikeouts away from Milwaukee, and they're definitely facing a dangerous lineup of hitters in Chicago, top 3 in runs per game. Pete Crow Armstrong, he's hit 19 home runs. Seiya Suzuki with 61 RBI, second best in the major leagues. I like the Cubs minus 145. Over 7.5. Guardians, Giants, 9:45 East. San Francisco's $1.40, totals 8. Justin Verlander for the Giants. Logan Allen for Cleveland. Allen's just 4-4 on the year. Guardians have dropped 7 out of their last 10. And at the plate, the Guardians have definitely struggled getting base runners. They're in the bottom 10 in hits per game when they bat first. And they're going to face a San Francisco pitching staff who's definitely been tough to face at Oracle Park. They're in the top 5 in fewest runs allowed at home. And out of 34 ball games in the Bay, the Giants have posted a record of 22 and 12. Now, 3 out of the Giants' last 4 home games did stay under the total. Cleveland contest went 60% to the under in their last 10. I like the Giants minus 140, under 8. Astros, Athletics, 10:05 East. Houston's $1.65, totals 9. Framer Valdez for the Astros. Luis Severino for the A's. Now, Sevy's punched out 61 batters, whip of 1.30. As a team, the A's got the W in 4 out of their last 5 outings. Actually doing a nice job against the run line recently. Out of their last 10 ball games, the A's covered the number in 70% of those contests. At the plate, well, this is a top 5 hit-producing team on their own diamond. Jacob Wilson hits .360, Brent Rooker with 15 home runs. And they're facing a Houston squad who really hasn't hit all that well on the road. They're in the bottom 5 in runs per game as the away team. Now, total-wise, oddly enough, 6 out of the Astros' last 10 gatherings with the A's did get over the number. So, once again, if you're into historical trends, certainly want to think about that one there. A's games this year have gone 62% to the over at home. I like the Athletics plus 1.5 over 9. And with that, we're going to jump into our next and final breakdown for the video. Padres-Dodgers, 10:10 Eastern start. The Dodgers are minus $1.85, totals 9. Emmett Sheehan making his season debut for the Dodgers. Stephen Kolek for San Diego. Now, Kolek's got a winning record on the year. Actually, recorded just 2 losses thus far. When it comes to the run line, the Padres covered in 6 out of their last 10 outings. 70% against the run line in their divisional games. Of course, at the plate, this is a Padres lineup who's averaging nearly 5-point runs a game in their last 10 meetings with Los Angeles. Manny Machado hits .316, club leader in RBI. Fernando Tatis leads the clubhouse in homers, on-base percentage of .362. And they're facing a Dodger team who's got a losing record against the run line at home. Pitching's been a bit shaky. LA's in the bottom 10 in runs allowed per game. Definitely having a problem with walks, having some control issues. Now, total-wise, the Dodgers' last 5 straight at Dodger Stadium got over the number. 8-2 to the over in their last 10 at any location. Meanwhile, Padres games on the other side, well, they went 60% to the over in their last 10 themselves. I like the Padres plus 1.5 over 9. And with that, folks, we're going to jump into our quick pick recap. I like the Red Sox minus $1.25 over 6.5. Phillies minus 1.5 under 8. We're 4-1 in our last 5 chairman plays on my premium page. Tigers minus 1.5 under 7.5 runs. Washington minus 160 over 9. Yankees minus 1.5 over 9 runs. Give me the Blue Jays plus $1, getting the job done against Arizona. Cincinnati plus $1 under 9. New York Mets plus 1.5 under 9. Tampa Bay minus 130 under 9.5. White Sox plus 1.5 over 8 runs. Give me the under 8.5 in that Royals-Rangers matchup. Cubs minus 145 over 7.5. Giants minus 140 under 8. Athletics plus 1.5 over 9. Give me the Padres plus 1.5 over 9 runs. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium page. And just a friendly reminder, if you do end up getting a membership here today on my premium page, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships during that time frame, absolutely free. Going to be included with your membership. That's why I always tell folks, that Gold Club package, it's a full access, all-inclusive membership. Once again, it gives you access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. But most importantly, folks, gotta thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. I certainly enjoy producing it for you day in and day out. Try to do it every single day. We've done a pretty good job of doing that over the past week or so. Sometimes life happens, so I can't get into the office every single day to produce an entire video, but I try to do it every single day, and I really hope you enjoy it. And with that, folks, happy Wednesday to you. Happy hump day to you. And I definitely Look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium page.